Hello everyone, welcome back to Aporia. So I believe this time we were going to have a look through, or have a walk through I should say, the water puzzle and see if we can get all the water flow working and pick up our next piece. I can't imagine it'd be too difficult anyway. What I'm going to try and do I think is just basically wing it and try and get the water going to where we think it should work. Then I'll basically have a look at the guides and see if that can help us out. But it shouldn't be too difficult. Well, getting out of here might be the most difficult part. There we go. Right, so this was the one that was blocked off. Nope, jump's not working. That's very handy. Yep, so this was the one that was blocked off, so we can't get water flowing down that way, which would be very handy because that looks like it goes directly to where we need it to go. But instead, we've got water going through this one over here, and then this is coming down into that area there. Now a couple of these are essentially, what's the word I'm looking for, underground, so it might be unclear as to which way the water's flowing to start with when it gets to those areas, but we should be able to figure out fairly easily. So we definitely want it to go in this direction, although not down here by the looks of it. Right, okay. Now, how easy is this going to be to... fairly easy. Right, so water's going down this way. Good. And then if we turn this one, we want it to be going like so. And then, do we have a preference? Oh, I see, we can only have it going at 90-degree angle. Yeah, so it's all very good and the water flows nicely and has a good visual indication of where it's going. So now I believe there was two possible ways it could go on this sort of middle section here. Oh no, there's three possible ways. I could have sworn the diagram only had two. But essentially, if we remind ourselves that we can only go at 90-degree angles, then we might want this way. That seems to be going round the third of three possible rows. Not the first one. Is this blocked off? Let's have a quick check. So that middle section there is blocked off, but it was going to go all the way round to the far end anyway. Right, so if it comes along the third pathway, that essentially means we can't... No, I suppose that could still work. I was going to say, bearing in mind at 90 degrees, we can't get it going in a straight line, but we could divert it into the middle channel anyway. So it quite possibly doesn't matter then which way we get it going, just as long as it goes along some way. So let's try that. So that's all good. We can have it going eventually. We can have it going this way. and then like so, which brings us up to here, and so far so good. And again, if we follow this back 90 degrees, means it has to come from this direction. Yep, that's all good. So along here, so on, and okay, so this might be a bit of a snag then. Right, that's quite possibly why we need it. So it can come along here, come along there. Right, I see. So it has to be then like this, which actually means we made a slight miscalculation. And in fact we want it to come in from a different channel. So actually want it to come in from this direction if we can quite possibly do so. That's all good. This needs to rotate. As does this one. And then this actually needs to go completely the opposite direction. And that should do it if I've made the necessary calculations. So that's all good. Yep. Excuse the rapid movement. I hope it's not affecting the viewing too much. So we're all still good up to this point, across and then round. So yeah, probably not quite as quick as taking a note of the diagram and just following the steps, but certainly more satisfying to, you know, work it all out yourself. Which means that no, we can't just jump on it. We have to find something to weigh this counterweight system down. Is that a... Yep, that's a possible weight. Good, we'll go use that. Oops. Nope, okay. There we go. Job done. Excellent. So if this one is anything like the last one, when I pick it up it's going to teleport me. I'm not quite ready, I don't think, to be teleported, because if I check the map quickly, we are currently in this area, and I believe there was a puzzle down here we wanted to try and solve, and then possibly something down here we just wanted to generally look at. And if we get teleported all the way back up to the temple up here, that's going to spoil our route. So I'm going to leave this as it is, safe in the knowledge that it's ready for when we want to come and grab the piece. And we'll go back and look at all the other bits and pieces first, and then we'll come back here and pick it up afterwards. Oh, and it's filled up the... Excellent. So it's filled up the dried up waterways. I wonder if that's affected anything further on down then. So here we have the various containers with the water. Now I could have sworn that it was just water in the middle one. Yeah, I could have sworn it was just water in the middle one because that's what I've based my calculations on. I've worked out how to get the middle container just having the four levels of water in it, but if I have to, I don't even know if you can do it with. That seems like a glitch in the system, I think, possibly. Because that's now far too much water and you're never going to be able to get... Oops, wrong button. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't think you're ever going to be able to get just... did I... So there's two possibilities then. I think either there's a glitch in the system, in which case maybe a save and a refresh would help, or when we filled up all the canal systems with water, it moved water into here as well, in which case now you can't possibly solve the puzzle. Neither of those seems pretty satisfactory, to be honest. Right, well we'll leave this one for the time being then, and maybe the next time I refresh or reload up the game, I'll come back here and see if it's fixed itself. Because, as I said, I don't even know if you can get... I don't even know if you can get just 4 levels of water in the main one with having this excess amount all over the place. Okay. So I think we were also going to look at then... So that does look like the puzzle, which just leaves us with this area then. So actually, if I'm reading this map correctly, it does seem to note sort of pertinent bits of information. So you've got the forges, which we can close up. You've got these main puzzles in the kind of orange colour, where we've picked up some of our main pieces. So this was the dome, this was the jumping over the levels with the crucibles, that's the water one we've just done, which actually means we have one down here, and then I'm not sure where we get the 5th one from, or the 6th one I should say, the last one, but we'll see. That was the pronged temple. So I'm wondering then what this particular bit is, and possibly this collection of 4 stones over there. It may be that I've come across them in the past and I've just completely forgotten about them, but they don't immediately spring to mind. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? So yeah, we've definitely got water flowing all the way through now, which I think is a good thing. So if we nip across this, possibly this bottom bridge here, that should take us out on the path of where we want to go. Oh, so... How annoying. he get lost? Do I have to step to the doorway? So he definitely wasn't there before. We did... So that... maybe just a... what is going on? I was going to say maybe just a warning then. So it seems like he's expanded his influence somewhat. And now... nope. It was just temporarily dangerous to us. I wish he'd make his mind up, to be honest, because... well, never mind. So yeah, it looks like he was wandering down this way and we kind of backed off and maybe missed what we were supposed to see, possibly. But that looks interesting, so we'll go have a look at that. Oh. Right, what do we have here then? Doesn't seem clickable. It has a hand icon which I should be able to do something with, but clicking on it is not doing anything. Maybe I need some of these lights to make it work? Alright, well, what have we got here then? Is that what we're looking for? Okay, that's probably what we're looking for. Nice refreshing ping sound as well. So we'll go pick all these up. I don't quite recall how many we need, but we'll just grab whatever's available to us. They seem to be fairly illuminative anyway, so... trying to make sure we don't drown ourselves in the process. Like so. Oops, never mind. I'm pretty sure you should be able to hold your breath for longer than that. Doesn't seem like a very long time indeed. And then there was one just... oh, if I can get up this hill. Just on the top there. And possibly around here as well. Oh, and I missed one. That does seem like the last one I missed. Right, that is hopefully all of them, so let's go try again, shall we? Very good. Okay, it's almost like a almost like a star sign of the constellation, and that is another shard. And we're definitely seeing more and more signs then, judging by this, that the sort of the black tendrils are not a good thing. So if I can just get out this way. Nope, I'll have to go around. So that was this bit here, which means we've just got this to have a quick look at, and then we can make our way backwards. I'm tempted to have another go over here and see if maybe he's moved on and we can possibly visit that location now. It's certainly worth a try while we're in the general area anyway. And we could definitely use some healing plants as well, so it might be worth keeping an eye out for those too. So again, we can't quite click on it, but there are more things to pick up. Okay. Well, there's one thing to pick up, and... oops. So what is it asking me for then? I'm not quite sure what it's trying to do here. So I can pick it up, I can put it down, it always lands in the same location, and then it just rolls off the table. Yes. Alright, well, third time's the charm? No, it's definitely doing its thing, which is not quite helpful. Do I need... oh, stop that. Do I need something else then to keep it in place, possibly? And unfortunately we have the rising sun, which is causing us all manner of vision problems. I don't think there's anything else on the ground, or at least nothing else is particularly standing out. Most strange. There's a symbol on there which looks like a half moon, and this is sort of crescent shaped. So it only seems to interact with this particular bit in the middle. Oh, I can pick it up before it rolls off, so that helps somewhat, but it still doesn't. No, standing in the path doesn't seem to influence it at all. Well, I'm not sure about that. I'll probably come back to that, although this seems a bit on the strange side. Well, it certainly seems like you've got the table with the icon in the middle, that's consistent, and then the standing stones around the outside. But yeah, not sure what to make of that, to be honest. There's nothing else. So that presumably opens up once we figure out what this is all about. Is it connected to the time of day? So you have to do it when it's nighttime, maybe? Or a certain part of the night, as indicated by the phase of the moon? Yeah, could be. Right, we can, I think, possibly change the time of day by using this particular temple here. So rather than stand around waiting, we'll go borrow the temple power and see if we can't get it working. And while we're in this vicinity, we can also have a look at this bit and see if we can sneak across to it. Now, is the guy going to be a nuisance and pop out and surprise us? Well, so far so good. Yeah, danger, good stuff. Well, there's no way to close that off, so we'll go around there. Was that... I think that might have been everything we wanted to see. No, it doesn't seem quite right. I think there's must be more over this way, possibly. Although, if that was what it was indicating, that's a bit of a disappointment. I was expecting a bit more than just a mural stone showing us pretty much what we've... Ah, this looks more like it. Yep, more skeletons. So, 4 pillars. No, 5 pillars, I can't count. And... could be some kind of cylinder maze? Oh, so we can rotate pillars very slowly. So it might be useful to try and get this right first time. Ah, so top rotates, oops, bottom, nope, just the top. Yeah, this is incredibly tedious. I'm wondering if it's almost... Oh, there we go. So basically we can just kind of brute force it, which I guess that's one way of doing it. Oh, keep going, there we go, yep. So yeah, rather than just basically trace the line all the way down, I'm just going to keep spinning it incredibly slowly until it locks into place. That is certainly a way of doing things. Here we go. I'm almost wondering if it's not the same one every time, because that inner curve to the pillar looks pretty similar. And the last one, was it something like this then on this side? There we go. I almost wonder if we have to actually be forced to do these then, because we are keep collecting those shards. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but they're certainly collectible. And this is sort of encroaching on the sanctity of the medical centre now. Onward then. So we're done with this one, we're done with this one. This one we're going to try and change the time of day for and see if that helps us out. And Mr. Dark and Brooding Shadow seems to have wandered off somewhere. I suspect he'll surprise us somewhere else though along our travels. I don't think we've seen the last of him, certainly. This could be just a refill. Yep. Now then, where was the temple I was looking for? I've gotten turned around slightly. Should be this direction. No, where's it gone to? Yeah, possibly this direction. So I know it's definitely near the market some way. And I think we can... yeah, there it is. Now then. I am wondering, because it looks like it's... Are we looking towards... what is this? Dusk now, maybe? We're getting towards that kind of time frame. Is it worth even bothering with using this in the first place? Well, let's see if I'm correct and we can actually... So if we kind of stop about now, yeah, we are in nighttime. Now I wonder if we have to have a specific moon phase. So that was, well, this looks like new moon basically. If we wait a while and it comes back round to, if it goes through daytime and back round again, are we going to get a different phase of the moon, or is it going to be the same one? Well, certainly worth a try anyway. If nothing else, we, wasted a couple of minutes, so... So, what have we got? Well, the symbol's still the same. And the moon certainly looks the same from my perspective anyway. So I guess we'll just nip along and see if it works now. Well, that's certainly a nice effect. Although it does seem to be playing havoc on my frame rate. Right, I believe we want to be in this sort of general direction, so that should be okay. And we'll see if we can speed it up just a tad. And nope, that's not herbs, that's just a grow ladder. Now I was also wondering as well, because we did manage to succeed in blocking off a couple of those forge sort of lava fields, if it's not worth finding them all. There's only a couple of them, and blocking them all off. Because we did manage to do this one, and I'm pretty certain we did these two. So it might be worth trying to find this one and checking if we've done that as well. I can't think anything bad is going to come from it, and we can only help, or possibly. Right, let's have a go now then. Ah, excellent. Good, I was right. Yeah, that's, I like that, it's a nice effect. And again, shards times 8, but still not sure what they're used for, but we'll keep on collecting them. Right, I think we're possibly done then. Ah, we do have this one, but that's not being cooperative. And we do have whatever this is. So I guess we can certainly have a look at that on the way round anyway. And then head over and pick up our next piece. I must admit, I do like this place better at night time. It's not quite so blinding on the eyes. Yeah, that's definitely nice. I prefer this. So we came across the bottom bridge. We don't want to go out through this bridge. We want to kind of keep looping our way round. I think we have to skirt this mountain of rubble and broken masonry. And then if we come out over this way, it should be directly in front of us. Well, there's a handy stairway, so we're going to take it. Yeah, this is definitely a new area. So, do we... I think we're up here somewhere, which means we're actually not quite where we should be. Whoop, yep, I can make that jump, that's good. Well, no, it's just a dead end. I was going to say I'm curious to see what's along this bit, but it's just a dead end. But we can climb up there. Is that just going to take us back where we've been, though? Well, no harm in trying anyway. We can always pop back down again if it does seem like it's where we've already been just by following the stairway around the first time. Yeah, that does definitely look like it's just a kind of looping shortcut, basically. Right, well that's a... Well, I was going to say it's a bit of a shame, but what do we have along here then? So we can see there wasn't anything particularly interesting the other way along the aqueduct by the look of it, but we've got this bit here. Ah, what have we got? Now I do hope this doesn't take me too far out of the way, because I do want to go back and pick up that piece at some point and not be horribly disadvantaged in doing so time-wise. This looks like... So we've come... Oh, okay, it could just be that shortcut door then. Let's go have a quick check and find out. Okay, so they're quite possibly then only openable from one side then. So we have to be on the opposite side of that in order to get this shortcut working. Which is fair enough, but unfortunately doesn't help us at this particular point in time. Which was crouch again? Well, I'll just go over then, that's fair enough. And we're back around here and we can kind of slide down here and make our way round. So, okay, fair enough, yep, reasonable shortcut, but we have to actually activate it from the opposite side. Which still doesn't... So we found one piece around here. I'm still wondering what this particular point is all about. But I think we've possibly wasted enough time on this as it is. I may very well come back to this bit. I do need to actually come back anyway and check out that bit once I reload and see if that hasn't sorted it out. So once I do, I can always come back and have another wander around this area here and see if there's not more to find. But for the meantime, we'll pick up this, we'll get ourselves teleported back, We'll see what the next... It might reveal another sigil icon we collect, and we'll see where that can take us possibly. So not possibly the best game to play when you're already drunk, because I'm pretty sure that's going to throw you off quite horrendously. So good, we are back here. Got the cogwheel piece to put in. And oh, it's trying to control my mouse for me. Which one do we get this time? Good, so we got the kind of arrowhead type shape, which is, or which leaves us, I should say, just the skull face. So the skull is that door over there, which is fine. That's going to be our final destination. Quite possibly picking up this one. And now we have the arrowhead piece. We can, unless I'm mistaken, shortcut away from this door here through to this one here. But that is definitely for another time. So we have a couple more bits and pieces to kind of double check around here, this area to fully explore and pick up the piece for, and then that's going to lead us onwards, which is all good. But I will see you next time for that. Hope you enjoyed this one, and yep, I'll see you in a bit.